Okay, so question 8. Right, try to compare with question 7. Okay, so here we have a ball is thrown upward from the ground. Right, its height is given by h of t. Okay, find the average velocity over each of the time interval. Right, so this is the second time. So let's take a look. Right, and then see if we can predict what's going to happen later. Right. So where are we closing the gap towards to? Look at the interval. The time interval is getting smaller, smaller, and then getting closer to which point? Joan, can you tell?
Wait, sorry, you cut out again. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, if you look at the interval, right? It is the time interval is getting closer and closer to which point?
Closer to 4, 4.
Yeah, closer and closer to 4, 4. So that means later on, right? The next question we should expect to find instantaneous velocity at t equal to 4. Right? So look at question B. Find velocity at t equal 4. Okay? So we're closing the gap of the time closer and closer to 4. Right? So I would like you to do that. So question A is similar to question B, okay, of the last question. So I'll let you work on this now, okay, by yourself, and then we'll check the answers. 1, 4, 3, 4. So we are not drawing the graph, okay? Because this is also a problem. And the last one, 3.94, right? So the gap is 0.1 seconds. So instead of position, right, make sure you also adapt to the new variable, okay? Instead of position, we have height. So the velocity here is delta h over delta t, okay? So please make adjustments. So for example, it will start with h of 4 minus h of 1 over 4 minus 1, okay? It's all similar. So once you figure out the 4 average velocity, please raise your hand. Okay, Leon, can you tell me your first interval answer?
I got 64.
64. And we don't have units here, right? Okay, so just write 64. Anyone got different between 1 to 4? Okay, Jeffy, do you have 3 to 4?
3 to 4, I have 32.
32. Okay. Please raise your hand, okay, if you finished. Nicole, what's your 3.5 to 4?
I have negative 360. I might have done it wrong.
Negative 360. Yeah, probably not so big. Yeah. Jesse, what do you have for the third interval?
I got 24.
24. Okay. Emily, last one.
I have 17.6.
17.6. Okay, does anyone need to go over the detail here? Carrie, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
Okay. Does everybody get the same? Okay, if no trouble here, right? I won't go into the numbers, okay, to save time. Because just plug into the to the function, just like before. Okay, if everyone's the same, then we'll move on. Okay, so based on this, right, we probably can we estimate, right? Make a guess. What is the instantaneous? It starts from 64, 32, 24, 70.6. Anyone wants to take a guess? What's the instantaneous velocity at 4? Jeffy, what do you want to say?
17.5.
17.5, okay, maybe. We'll keep that on the side, okay? See if that's the case, right? So part B, we are doing actually two things. First, we want to find the velocity function, which means it's the derivative as a function, right? So it's not derivative at a point, it's derivative as a function, which means which definition are we using? Is it number 1, 2, or 3? Leon?
Let me think.
Which one is derivative as a function? 1, 2, or 3? Do you know? Leon, do you know?
I think it's 1.
Number 1, let's take a look, okay? Number 1 is, we'll go back here. All right, page 26. Number 1 is at a point, right? A means at a point. Number 2 is also at a point. Number 3 is at any x. Which one is like a function? Leon.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, number 3, right? Because function means it's open to any input, right? Any x. So we should be using number 3 when they say find the derivative as a function. So this is called the velocity function. Okay, so we are using definition 3. So let's do that, right? So v of t, which is h prime of t, right? We need to take the derivative of the height, okay? Because we're talking about height here. Try to compare, right? Before was v of 1, then it comes from s prime of 1, okay? And this one is using, that one was using number 2. This time, because we want to do function, so you have to use number 3, okay? So same thing, we're gonna start with limit h approaching 0 So if you haven't remembered the third one, you better remember it by now, okay? Test yourself. So what's on top, okay? H of something minus H of something over H. Okay, the H in the denominator is different as the H on the top, okay? So don't confuse the two H. Okay, so please set this up. Okay, Nicole, can you tell me what goes inside the first bracket?
Oh, I'm still setting it up.
Okay. Do you have it now, Nicole?
Almost. I just have to do.
This one you don't need, yeah, nothing to set up here. I'm just asking the first line.
Oh, okay. I got H bracket 4 plus H minus.
We are not using 4. We're using the third definition. Not at 4, at any point, at any time.
Is it X plus H?
Okay, but instead of X, what's the variable we should use here?
T.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so this is at any t, right? Any time. So t plus h, and then minus
HT.
yeah h of t. Okay. Right. So then you start subbing in. Okay, subbing into the function now. So become limit h of 0. Okay. So Leon, can you tell me what it looks like after you sub in?
Okay. 144
Mm-hmm.
bracket 4 minus H.
We are not using 4. We're using t plus h.
Oh, T minus H.
T plus.
Plus H.
Yeah, yeah. Double check your definition.
Oh, okay, 1 second then.
And then minus what?
Minus 16 bracket 4 plus H.
Not 4.
Or T plus H.
Yeah,
Bracket squared.
yeah.
Minus 17.5.
17.5. We are not plugging in 4 though.
Oh, then 144T
Mm-hmm.
minus 16T squared
Mm-hmm.
over H.
Okay, there's a little mistake here because you need to subtract the whole h of t, right? You need to have a bracket. Do you know where we are missing the brackets?
Between the start of 144 and the end of 16T squared.
Start of 144 and end of 16.
Oh, 144T.
Uh-huh. Okay. There, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Right. So that's the correct setup. So now please expand carefully. Okay. Simplify everything. Watch out for minus signs. Okay. I hope everybody can get this correct this time. Okay. So this is your algebra. in play. Okay, so raise your hand if you get a final expression. Only 3 people raising your hand. How far are you guys? Careful with the signs. You will see a lot of terms canceled out, okay? And then you can factor the h to cancel the h at the bottom, okay? So that gets rid of the indeterminate. Once you get rid of indeterminate, just sub in 0, then you find the limit, okay? It's a standard procedure. Remember to raise your hand. Two more people. Any question? John, Leon? Close?
Yeah, I'm just trying to factor 1 second.
Yeah, I'm just writing stuff out.
Okay, no worries. Just making sure. Please raise your hand if you got it. Let's cancel stuff, okay? 144t, 144t. 16t squared can cancel out with this t squared. Got it yet? Are you okay, John and Leon? Got it?
Yes, kind of, I think.
Okay, what's your answer?
Sure. I got negative 128t.
Negative
28.
128t.
Yeah, wait, you know what? I think I did something wrong. Let me just change it. I'm sorry, this is very confusing for me.
Are you check? Can you check with the steps that I have on the screen? I see.
Yeah, I just looked at it right now. There's something I got a little wrong,
Okay.
but I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay. Because I hope everyone can be on the same page before we move on, right? By next week. Because this will be behind us, right? Just make sure everybody gets it. Leon, how are you doing?
Oh yeah, I just wrote something wrong, so I just gotta redo it real quick.
Okay, okay. Your final answer should still have t inside, okay? Because it's a function. We're not getting a number here, okay? Need any help here? Okay, Leon, you got something. Okay, please tell me.
In the end, I got negative 2t
Negative 2t
plus 144.
plus 144. That's it? Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Joan, doing all right?
Yeah, I'm just, I got negative 32t plus 144.
Okay. All right. Jeffy?
I have 144 plus 32t.
Okay, so opposite sign then, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Emily?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
What's your answer?
Oh wait,
Oh,
I think it's negative 32t. My bad.
Okay, I'll put that in. Okay, yeah, Emily.
Yeah, I have negative 32t plus 144.
Okay, so Jeffy is just different by a sign, right? Let's see, where's the sign? Like I always said, right? It's always the little sign that's going to mess up everything, huh? Okay, so here if we cancel out, right? Then what's left is 144h minus 32th minus 16h squared. And that's it, right? And then O over h. And then the h can cancel out the h on the top, right? Then that will get rid of the 0 over 0. And once you take the h equal to 0, then the last term will disappear, right? 16 times 0 will be 0, it's gone. So you're left with negative, okay? So answer should be these two.
Oh wait. Oh okay. I did the minus 16 multiply incorrectly except for the 2th.
Ah, right, yeah. So you have to take the negative 16 to go in, right?
Yeah, I forgot. I did the other ones correctly.
Okay, I hope you learn from this, right? So you
Yeah.
don't do the same thing. Okay, finally, right, we want to find V of 4, right? Because what you got here is velocity at any time, okay? You can write that down, velocity function. So it's a function, it finds the velocity at any moment. So if they want you to find the instantaneous, right? Instantaneous velocity at t equal 4, then you sub in v of 4. So what is the final answer? V of 4. Lex, have you found that or not yet?
Not yet. Just give me a second.
Yep. Okay, so everybody try it, plugging 4 into your function, okay?
16.
16, 1, 6.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. How about Jesse? Do you have the same?
Yeah,
Yeah.
16.
Okay. Anyone couldn't get it? Please raise your hand if you got the same 16. Okay. All right. So let's look at question C now. Right. C is something a little bit new. Right. Ask a little bit more. When will the ball hit the ground? Okay. I would like you to think for a moment. How can we find that? When will the ball hit the ground? So it's asking when, right? So it's about time. Find the time. Find the time the ball hit the ground. What's the plan? Okay, how should we do it?
You want an answer?
No, I want the hint.
Oh,
Hint.
that was a hype. Okay, never mind. That was rhetorical.
Okay, how should we approach this? Jeffy?
I have a guess, but I'm not sure if it would work.
Okay, let's share ideas, right?
Wait, let me think about it for a second. Is it
Right.
144 minus 32t?
Hold on, let me write down. 144 minus 32t, yeah?
Wait, I
That's
had it in my head,
velocity,
but now I'm
right?
not sure if it works. I think that should equal to 0.
That should equal to 0. So you are saying the velocity will be 0 when it hits the ground?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's what I had in my head.
Okay, does that make sense? Think about when you throw a basketball. The moment that it hits the ground, do you think that moment has a velocity of 0? The moment of impact, do you think
No.
that velocity is 0?
No.
No, right? Because if velocity is 0, that means it's not going to bounce back. Make sense? It will be resting. So what should we do? Any other idea? So we shouldn't be using velocity, right? Velocity won't be 0 there.
You can use the original one.
What do
Like
you mean?
height equals 0.
The
Yeah.
height, right? Yeah, very good. So the key word is the ground. When it's on the ground, the height should be 0. Okay, so you got to pick the correct functions. Okay, it's a good discussion, right? Because your thinking might be other people's thinking too. Okay, so the height 144t, right? That's the original very top. Okay, minus 16t squared. That's the height. When it hits the ground means equal to 0. Because they can change the question, they can say, when will the ball be 2 meters above the ground? Right? They can change. Right? This one is saying hit the ground. So you said it's equal to 0. Okay? So let's solve for this. This is not calculus, right? This is grade 11 quadratic equation. So I hope you know how to solve this. When you find the time, please raise your hand. Okay? Anyone doesn't know how to solve it, let me know, okay? I can also give you a hint. Raise your hand. Any question, Nicole, Leon?
I'm not sure how to do it, but I think I have an answer.
Okay. What did you do to get the answer?
I think it's more like kind of guess and check.
Guess and check. Okay, so the way you should do the quadratic equation, always try to factor first. Okay, if factor doesn't work, you still have the quadratic formula, right? This is called quadratic equation, right? Okay, Nicole, any questions?
I'm still doing it.
Okay, you know how to do it?
I think.
Okay. So please raise your hand once you have the answer. Okay, Joan, how do you factor this?
I first moved it over the minus 16t squared.
Oh, so 144t equal to 16t squared, like that?
Yeah, and I just got rid of one of the t's, and then
Okay, alarm. Okay, that's a danger spot, okay? Yeah, so cannot, let's write it down, okay? Cannot get rid of t. Rid of t, okay? Because t is a variable. If you do that, you will be losing a solution, right? Well, in this case, it doesn't really matter that much, but if it's other question, right, you might lose another time, okay? Because once you divide by t, it's no longer quadratic equation. Okay, so this it still give you an answer, but you'll be missing one answer, okay? So we don't move anything over, okay? We keep it as equal to 0 and then factor. Leon, have you done that yet? Have you factored it?
You factor 16t.
Okay, 16t out. What's left?
And then you would have 9 minus t.
Okay, equals to 0, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that means t will equal to,
Are you asking me?
yes.
It could equal 0 and 9.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so we have the ball on the ground at 0, which means beginning, right? And then it goes up and it will hit the ground again 9 seconds later. Okay, so we have 2 moments, right? But because it's asking hit the ground, so we only use t equal to 9. Okay, so 9 seconds. Okay, last question here. With what instantaneous velocity, right? So we're looking for v, right? Will the ball hit the ground at that moment, right? The moment of impact. So what should we do? Emily?
Use the thing.
Which thing?
The second definition and then plug it in.
We are not using definition because we have already found the function, right?
Oh wait, never mind. You could just take 9 and you could just put it into the thing we found.
Where? Which thing we found?
Negative 32t plus 144.
That's right.
Right?
Okay, very good. Okay, so we use our velocity function, right? We don't need to use limits again. We've done that. Okay, we've done the hard work. So v of t is negative 32t plus 144. That will find the velocity at any moment. And we're interested in t equal to 9. So v of 9. Okay, so I'm pretty sure everybody know how to plug it in, okay? So please raise your hand if you get the final answer here. And shouldn't be 0, right? It's the moment that it hits the ground should be really fast. Is it? I don't know. Plug it in, raise your hand. Okay, so I would like everybody turn on your mic, okay? We're gonna say the answer together and let's end this. Okay, everybody, turn on your mic. Yeah, okay, 1, 2, 3. What's the answer?
Negative 1.
Negative 144.
Negative 144, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, why is the velocity negative?
Because it's going down.
Yeah, going down, okay? So let's make a note of that, okay? So velocity tells you direction, okay? So going downwards. So that means at the beginning, what about v of 0? What's v of 0?
Negative 144.
Really? V of 0.
Oh, shoot, my bad. Sorry, I thought you said, never mind.
Yeah, what do you have? V of 0.
Wait, why do I need to find?
144,
Oh, it should be the
right?
same.
144, right? It's a parabola, right? So initially, you throw the ball upwards with the velocity of 144 going up, and then it drops down at the same velocity, right? Make sense? Okay. Right, so that's it, right? Today we spend a lot of time talking about application, okay? And we still have another one. The next one has to do with the distance, displacement. So maybe during the next 2 days, right, you can look it up, right? Try to review what's the difference between displacement and distance. You can Google it, right? Next week I'll be asking you, right? And then also speed, right? So we still have 3 more terms that we didn't talk about: displacement, distance, and speed. All right, so if you have questions, you can stay after, and I'll upload the homework later, okay? We'll see you next class.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay, you're
Jason.
welcome.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.